hero for console button mapping guides. So after this, there are no more heroes to do until they add a 27th hero. And then we'll be back, I'm sure. Uh, it is for Zenyatta. Zenyatta is an Omnic monk who trained Genji and was also Mandatta's brother. So Mandatta was he was sort of like the Omnic version of Martin Luther King that Widowmaker had assassinated, and like there was actually an animated short about it, and Tracer was there, and it was this cool action scene. Too long didn't read. We're gonna keep him on default. We're gonna keep his Discord orb on L1, and we're gonna keep his Harmony orb on R1. Sorry, L1 left bumper, R1 right bumper, and I was going to switch them around, but then I realized why the makers did what they did, and I've decided that we're not going to do that. So that's your too long didn't read. Let's get into his abilities. The first one, it's not even mentioned, but it is a passive ability and it is powerful. And it is his movement. Zenyatta is the only character that doesn't make noise when moving. The only character. Look at this. No sound. Everybody else, ka-chunk, ka-chunk, footsteps, jingling sometimes, Junkrat rattles. Watch when he jumps. Just a little bit with his arms, but no plop. Oh. Maybe if he lands from a high enough height, he does plop. So, that's a very good point. Let's test that one more. So, regardless, he is the stealthiest character by far because of the fact that he just doesn't make... So you can come up on unsuspecting people and just take them out. So easy. Anyway, let's talk about his abilities. His primary fire is an orb. He sort of... He more or less commands it to go. He doesn't quite shoot it, just like commands it with these really fun hand gestures. And that's his reloading animation. So fun. Oh, fun fact about Zenyatta. For me anyway, he was my first hero in Overwatch that I made, and I just fell in love with him, and I got plays of the game with him. It was really fun, and I really haven't touched him in a long time. So sad. So anyway, his projectiles will do 46. Oh yeah, they are projectiles. They have no spread. They will always hit the same spot, and they have no fall-off damage, which is really great. Zenyatta is the DPS focused, centered. He is a DPS centered support. So DPS first, everything else second. But he does heal. Let's talk about that. So yeah, his Orb of Destruction does 56 damage on a hit, or 92 on a projectile. Sorry, 92 on a headshot. It's crazy. 1, 2. No, I already hit that guy. Is he 3 damage or 2 damage? I think he's got to be 3 damage. Yeah. So he can 3 hit heroes. This is for 115 damage per second, or 230 if you're getting all headshots. His next attack is called Orb Volley. It's on your L2 left trigger. You hold it, you charge it up. He will charge up 5 orbs, which you can see around the screen, and then he'll release them all at once. They do the same as his normal orbs, but they go all at once. So if they all hit, you'll get 230 damage, or 460 if you get all headshots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up top. Once you get that 5th one, you can let it go. It's a 4-second charge time. I wonder if that's total. Let me count it out. I think that's total. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so yeah, as long as that circle is there. Yeah, so as long as that circle is there, you can get all 5 off. Fun fact, you can maximize your ammo if you do a charge shot while you have 1 orb left. So check it out. So my clip, I have 1 orb left, but I can charge up all 5. So in this way, I can send out more ammo in my clip. Let's talk about his orbs now. First is his Orb of Harmony, which is on his right bumper, or R1. It heals slowly. It heals for 30 health per second. The range is 40, so 40 meters. And when you see that blue reticle around there, that is how you know you can send it to them. It will last as long as the target is within sight. So that will stay on him for forever, or until you send it to somebody else, or until you die. With the exception of if they go behind walls. So if they go behind a wall, it will return to you in 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Let's talk about his Orb of Discord now.
Does not compute.
His Orb of Discord will grant 30% damage received. Everybody who hits this discorded object will have their damage increased by 30%. Cool. So that's 60 attack on a normal hit, or 120 on a headshot. Let's just score this guy. So from a 3-shot to a 2-shot, and it's even less than that. Or if you have your Orb of Volley going on at the same time, it will do 600 damage total on a headshot, or 300 damage. Normally that's not how things would go. Normally the strategy for Zenyatta is you would be in the fray, and you would discord them and then just start firing at them. Pew 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 pew. And then you would discord another target, and you would hit them continuously. Pew 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 pew. The reason why, because normally you would think support would go on the left, and normally you would think that support would go on the left, and bad things would happen on the right, because that's what we've been doing all along. With Zenyatta, we have to do it the other way, because I can't aggro and discord if they're both on the same here, unless I do the 2 triggers. But it's not as natural to do this, to put 2 fingers on. So that's why when it's like this, I can just discord and hold down and discord and hold down and discord, which is really great. Another thing about Discord, it also has the same properties like the Health Orb, like the Harmony Orb, which is, if I get you with one, it will stay on you for 3 seconds while out of line of sight, which works for me knowing where you are. I can pursue you or run away from you if I know where you are, which is kind of cool. So I know that you're going to be right at the bottom of that thing, right there. Let's talk about his ultimate ability. It's called Transcendence. You will heal for 300 health per second. Not sure how much that is for. Here it is. Tranquility. Ooh, look how cool that looks. If you're not sure how good that is, you can survive a Hanzo ult. You can survive Genji's Dragon Blade. You can survive many, many ults that do damage over time, assuming you can take the initial blast. Meaning, if you have like a Diva Bomb, which is all of her damage all at once, you can't take that all at once. So everybody will just be vaporized. You can't heal that. But you can for Dragon Blade, since it's over time. You can, Hanzo's Spirit Dragons, you can. Genji's Dragon Blade you can. What else? Riptire you cannot, because that's all at once. I'm trying to think about what other attacks there are that do. Regardless, there are several. If people are ulting on you and on your team specifically, and you have your ult up, use it. But really save the ult if you want it to make it count. Save that ult. Transcendence has a 10-meter radius. It lasts for 6 seconds, and you are invincible. You cannot die. However, you can still be affected by movement abilities. Lucio can still boop you off cliffs. Roadhog can still hook you out of your team's sphere. You'd have to go back to them. So in theory, Roadhog could hook you out of your team's area, and then somebody else could Dragon Blade them and get them. And that's how that works. So Zenyatta, he's pretty simple. He's got a shot on this side here. He's got a shot on this side. He's got heals on the other side, and then he just has a shotgun. And there are no cooldowns. You don't have to worry about any of that. You don't have to do cooldown management or anything weird. You just send an orb out and let it do its job, and just take out people. For your reticles, now I don't have it, but you should, and I am going to change it here very shortly. It should not be a circle. It should be a circle plus the crosshairs. Circle plus crosshairs, because you need to lead targets. You absolutely need to lead targets.
Oh, unacceptable.
And it makes it easier if you have a line there to be able to lead them. So, that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so very much for watching, and may you experience tranquility. Yeah. Have fun out there.